I always say selling on Alibaba.com is kind of like being at like 5 trade shows at once.
We've been able to seal a lot of deals just using the platform.
About 50 to 60%. My export business comes from Alibaba.
Going from doing one order to doing 20 or 30 orders in a 1 or 2 month period, the platform speaks for itself. That's just weight in gold.
I mean, when you do a good job with Alibaba.com, buyers from everywhere around the world, they will know about you. And I can now develop and export my product in over 45 countries.
Once I started with Alibaba, I was able to reach people all across the world, like Tanzania and Kenya and Africa and the UK and Germany.
I'm selling product in UAE, Saudi Arabia, Great Britain, and a host of others. I wouldn't have reached those customers without Alibaba.com.
Selling on Alibaba.com has gotten easier than ever. Introducing our new flexible payment plan options. When you sign up for an Alibaba.com seller membership, choose between paying annually or quarterly. Regardless of which plan you choose, get the same seller service and all-encompassing suite of features that make us the world's leading online B2B marketplace. With 0% commission taken on sales, keep the customer relationships you make and profits you win. Conduct business the way you want to. Build the business you've always wanted, now with more flexibility than ever. Let's make it easy to do business anywhere.
Sell on Alibaba.com.
They made the onboarding process very, very easy. Once I paid my fees, after that, I don't need to worry about anything. If you have a product and you want to sell on international market, I would say you should not wait. You should just reach out to Alibaba.
We've been able to seal a lot of deals just using the platform. The best thing that Alibaba does really is the support that you get, because it's a whole new world once you get on the platform. Eric Cross and his team, they really helped me and my team navigate the website, you know, what to do, what not to do, the best practices. So that really, to me, is like one of the greatest assets to being on the platform.
I think US-based sellers have a huge opportunity, specifically because there aren't that many of them. And we had a dedicated customer service success manager who was incredibly knowledgeable about the platform. And he honestly almost became a teammate. And I have no doubt that anyone else who is going through that process is going to have a similar experience.
Alibaba.com team is absolutely amazing. They were always there, making sure that I understand the platform. They were smart, very reactive whenever I had a question, and they were so patient. And as I continue to grow the business, they continue to connect me with experts to help me with specific business questions.
Why we got such a fast sale, I would attribute it to Alibaba's onboarding team. They've done a really great job building our store for us, and that's one reason why we're so successful, is they know what they're doing, so we trust them to do their job.
Hello everybody, my name is Jessica Chen and I'm a marketing manager here at Alibaba.com. Thank you so much for coming to our webinar today, Get B2B Buyers from all over the globe and increase sales with Alibaba.com. So thank you so much for coming. Before we start, I want to first learn a little bit about you with a very brief poll. It won't take that long, I promise. Let's give it a go. So first question is, I want to learn about you. So what are you thinking about doing on Alibaba.com? Do you want to sell products or source products, or both sell and source, or neither? I mean, the wonderful thing about our platform is that the way you approach it can be very flexible, and there can be a number of different ways you use it or approach it. So this will help us understand what you're looking for. So, okay, let's end the poll. So it looks like, thank you so much for participating. It looks like a lot of you are looking to either sell products or both sell and source, which is for the selling and sourcing folks. I think there are segments both on this talk that will be helpful for both parts of that process. So stay tuned. And then next question. So tell us about your business. So What kind of business are you? Are you a manufacturer, a wholesaler, distributor, retailer, or something else? Telling us this answer will also help us figure out how maybe we can best help you during the Q&A section. Speaking of which, there is a Q&A section at the very end of this presentation, but during any point during this webinar, you can always submit a question. There's a box at the bottom of your screen that's labeled Q&A, and you can put it there and we will address it at the end. Okay, so it looks like a lot of you guys are other, which is interesting, and then more people are also manufacturers or wholesaler distributors, which are often a lot of our sellers tend to be manufacturers or distributors, so this is really cool. And finally, what would you like from us? This lets us know a little bit about what you're looking for in this presentation. So are you looking to learn about how to get B2B buyers internationally? Like you want to expand to different markets, why you should export internationally, how to export internationally with our platform, Alibaba.com, or how to increase online B2B sales with Alibaba.com. And also, if you're thinking about signing up for our platform, this will be very useful. I think this presentation will be very useful in showing you how you can use our platform as a tool to reach people you never expected. So great. End poll. So it looks like the majority of you guys are looking to see how to get B2B buyers internationally. So how to expand to different markets. So we're going to keep that in mind for the rest of this presentation. So thank you very much for participating. Again, if you have any questions at all during this presentation, please use the Q&A box below. And then since I have learned a little bit about you, here's a short video to summarize a little bit about what Alibaba.com does, so you can actually have some context for this presentation. So hope you enjoy.
Unleash infinite business opportunities with Alibaba.com, the world's largest online B2B marketplace. With over 40 million active buyers, 300,000 daily inquiries, important business deals are being made around the world all the time using our platform. Best of all, we take 0% commission on your sales. By signing up as an Alibaba.com supplier, you keep the money you earn, every single cent. Now is the perfect time to sign up. Professional onboarding services can get you started faster and with less stress than ever. Take advantage of classic Alibaba.com features, such as attracting buyers from over 200 countries and regions to your online store, where they can reach out with inquiries about your products. There's also no need to worry about language barriers. We translate your store and messages into 15 languages so you can communicate with the world with ease. Proactively net orders by browsing and responding to sourcing requests on the request for a quotation or RFQ market. Any relationships you gain from reaching out to sourcers on the RFQ market are yours. Finally, attain exclusive data-driven insights and 24/7 customer support from our team right here in the USA. We'll help guide you to success using proprietary insight gained from our over 20 years in online B2B sales. Because of these features, Alibaba.com has become the wholesale B2B platform trusted by US suppliers. Grow with us no matter your business type. Now, it's easier than ever to start selling with our new flexible payment options. Let's make it easy to do business anywhere. Sell on Alibaba.com.
Hey, thank you so much. I hope you enjoyed that video. Again, if you have any questions, any questions, please use the Q&A box below. So we're going to quickly run through the contents of the webinar today. So first, we're going to learn a little bit about the platform itself, Alibaba.com, and why it's the leading B2B e-commerce platform for global trading. And then we're going to talk about the whole getting B2B buyers from all over the globe, like how specifically can you use this platform to reach people in other countries. And then we're going to have a short intro to Alibaba.com Match, which is a new product that our company is also offering. This is probably more important to some people who are more interested in sourcing a little bit or sourcing and selling on the platform. And then finally, we're going to get to how to start selling, like how do you get started with our platform, as well as we're going to enter into the Q&A. So remember, use the box below, and then we will address all the questions at the end. But you can do the questions anytime you want. Okay, so without further ado, I'm going to hand it over to my colleague, Matt Talmage, who is an enterprise account executive. Let's welcome Matt. Yay! Thank you so much for joining us.
Thanks, Jess. Thanks, Jess. Great to be speaking in front of everybody today. And I appreciate everybody taking some time out of their day to come learn a little bit about Alibaba, how to sell on Alibaba. And that's kind of my expertise. I've helped, almost 100 businesses sell on Alibaba before. And I know a lot about some of the ins and outs of the platform. It is an international marketplace, so a little trickier than some of the more typical e-commerce platforms, but there's definitely a lot more upside to conquering it as well. So just to give a little bit of an overview at the beginning, Alibaba, it's a B2B exclusive platform. We have a minimum order quantity, so a lot of the suppliers can reach the type of buyers that they're looking to reach. If we're able to kind of go to the next slide, I'll give a little bit more of the intro. Great. So here's some of the basic statistics on Alibaba. Some of the things that I think will stick out to a lot of people is how many buyers are on the platform. We have 40 million active buyers and 200,000 plus suppliers. A lot of those suppliers still, it's not really saturated as far as US suppliers. Our buyer base, they're doing searches on Alibaba, a lot of times seeing international suppliers. So if you compare that with a domestic option, somebody who can source them product with higher quality, going to be quicker shipping times, generally that's going to jump to the top of their list. And then some of the just other basic stats, Alibaba has a ton of different industries on the platform, product categories. We're in basically every single product category except the ones that you can't sell in. And we're everywhere around the world, 200 plus countries and regions. So we have a lot of eyes, a lot of traffic, and we just want to make sure that we're connecting the buyer and the supplier. And then kind of what happens after that, that's going to be up to you guys to figure out exactly where you want to take it from there. Great. So some of the top buying countries, I think sometimes this graphic on the left can be a little bit misleading because yes, there's 20 countries on that list. But actually the US is actually 30% of the buyer base on Alibaba. So if you saw on the last screen, 40 million active buyers, 30% of those are coming from the US. It's about 13 million active buyers just from the United States. And then you can see there, UK, Canada, Australia, Mexico, Germany, a lot of the big countries as far as GDP. But we want to make sure that from an Alibaba standpoint, we're helping our suppliers stand out. And we're helping our buyers get connected with the areas that the suppliers are in that they're looking to connect, and also the types of products and the quality of the product that they're looking for. And you can see over there just some of the top supplying categories for countries. Obviously, a lot of people source from China. That's going to be one of the main categories for a lot of things at the top there. But I think a lot of people, forget food and beverage, some of these other higher quality like apparel, home and garden, some of these other higher quality categories. That's going to be a lot of times when they're looking for a US supplier. So especially businesses in food and beverage, because they have certain regulations that they have to pass. Generally speaking, if someone sees a business that's in that category on Alibaba, that's going to be one of the first things that they're interested in. So that's a great category to be in, and generally one of our highest performing. Great. So here's a little bit about what's actually involved in Alibaba. A lot of people think that they can just go on the platform, like, let's just meet a buyer right away. It's not really that simple. We're coming onto Alibaba to help connect with the buyer with the supplier, but a lot of times suppliers don't realize that we're trying to not just get like a 1 unit or a 10 unit order. We're trying to get some bigger fishes, and maybe even a whale. So some $10,000 order sizes, $100,000 order sizes, $1 million order sizes. Those are all order sizes that have all been done on Alibaba and all much higher. So that's why it's so important about actually building the storefront out the right way, getting the right product listings up on the platform, making sure that your company profile is figured out, figuring out, what type of keyword advertising you want to do so you can come up where you want in the search results on the platform, and then optimizing kind of how you're responding to people that are messaging you, and also the request for quotation. So, the buyers that list interest in products, you're hitting everyone so they can at least see if they want to choose you or not. I think a lot of times, people don't know about a business, so they can't choose you if they don't hear about you in the first place. And then finally at the bottom, once it gets down to the ordering side of things, how you're processing payment, how you're financing it, how you're actually getting that product to them. That's going to be a lot of things that are really important with Alibaba. But I think a lot of the things here at the bottom, we give those options, but they're not necessarily a requirement. So you can choose to process payment on or off the platform. For financing, it's not something that you have to use, you have to avail yourself to. For logistics options, you do all the shipping. So Alibaba, we're just on the platform to try to connect you with those people. And we have certain service providers, but at the same time, we're just trying to give the buyer and the supplier the flexibility to do whatever they see fit. Great. And then here's a little bit more about some of the suppliers on Alibaba. Cool. So a lot of people think like B2C, Amazon, eBay, Shopify, that's going to be where a lot of the business is done online. In reality, a lot of the B2B platforms are going to be where people are buying from, especially a business like Alibaba. We're predicated on somebody coming on the platform, not knowing a supplier, doing a search, and then choosing one of the suppliers that comes up on that list to go ahead and send a message to. I'm sure people have heard of trade shows or been to trade shows that are in this. And the most important thing is going to be just getting the reach, getting the communication in front of these people so they're hearing about your business when they wouldn't have before. Great. So a little bit more about the Alibaba storefront. The whole goal here is to attract the right buyers to the platform, give correct information as far as what your supply capability is, how you're going ahead and responding, how you're going to go ahead and cultivate that relationship with the buyer. If somebody wants to order 100,000 units from you, it's going to be a little bit of a different response and how you're cultivating that relationship. You're not going to be just sending them an inquiry or invoice for 100,000 units. You're going to be talking to them about, what they want the units to look like, how they want it to be customized. If they're looking for any customization, really catering to that person on a higher level, more of kind of like a white glove type of feel in the beginning, so that they get an idea of what you're looking to do for them. And then once that relationship's built, then you're able to really be a little bit more flexible from there, and have that more loose relationship. But especially at the beginning, making that extra effort to go a long way. Great. So learning a little bit more about what the back end looks like on Alibaba. Alibaba is going to show you how many times people are searching, what they're looking for, what they have, why we want to go ahead and connect to you, kind of how your view count is growing from week to week and month to month, what you're looking to do as far as what you can do to progress that. And obviously a lot of that support's provided by our team. So we're more than happy to answer any questions, help you out with anything that you need along the way. And then finally, so we have a marketplace on Alibaba where buyers can actually list products that they're interested in. What will happen is buyer will go on the platform, say, I'm looking for 1,000 glass speakers. And then a supplier who's in that category, they're in, glassware, glass blowing, they'll go ahead and go on the platform. They'll send them the product list. Hey, I think this product might be a good fit for you. You could send 10. So 10 different suppliers can send a response to one RFQ. So we try to limit it so it's not saturated. But the whole idea is we want to make sure that you can get in front of people that aren't just landing on your page. You can actually be a little bit more proactive about it and control what level of success you're having on the platform. Great. So just a little bit more on the back end here. It's going to show you some keyword advertising trends, new business opportunities. As you can see there, it's all zeroed out because that's just a test account. But normally week to week, it'll show you up or down, the percentage increase, the percentage decrease, and how we can really improve things from there. Great. This is just showing a little bit more of the back end side of things. Just going to skip through a little bit here to get to some more actual cases. And this is just showing from the actual buyer's end what's coming up here. So if someone did a search for, let's say, I think this is something related to lactose. If someone does a search and they see a couple of different products that come up here, you're going to see the difference between an ad that was actually paid for where someone owns the word for an entire year. They're coming up the top option. Keyword advertising, someone pays a pay-per-click. That's which is at the top and the bottom, and then the organic search results right in the middle. Great, and very similar concept right here, getting an idea of kind of what's on the platform, what we're looking to do. Great, and then this is a particular business that's on Alibaba. They sell pasta noodles, low glycemic pasta. They've been a manufacturer on Alibaba now for almost 2 years. They're specializing in more of a gourmet, I would say more of a specific product than just a basic brand name pasta that you would see. And the thing that they've used Alibaba to do is really hit some of the gaps in their sales channel. Let's say businesses are at trade shows, they're making calls, they're having their sales team work it. There's going to be just naturally distributors, retailers, businesses that aren't seeing your storefront, businesses that aren't going to be hearing about you. And Alibaba is going to be the place that those people are searching. So if you have a presence on here, you're giving them the opportunity to find you, whether that be sending them an RFQ or them sending you a message. You're going to be getting in front of people in the place that they're actually looking for, businesses like yourself.
Creating a business is like hitting a base hit. Creating a brand is like hitting a grand slam. I'm a big advocate of creating a business first and then creating a brand around what your business looks like and then scaling that brand. The mission of It's Skinny is to bring as much low glycemic pasta to everyone who needs it as possible. There are so many people who have a dietary restriction or want to eat better but don't know how to get started. We make it easy. Our product is ready in 2 minutes and it's low glycemic. You don't have to make a radical lifestyle shift to eat better. You just have to put one foot in front of the other. We knew we had a product, but we had to make it a business. We had a decision of, do we want to just be an e-commerce business or do we really want to focus on retail? We wanted to be as available as all of the big players in pasta, and that means having a retail presence.
Yo, what's the skinny? It's gluten-free. No way.
We've done a really good job at building our brand over the last 3 years, getting into retail stores. But within that, there are some gaps. And that's why we're really excited about Alibaba.com, because Alibaba.com is going to help us fill those gaps. On the digital side, I would love to see Alibaba.com start to replace a lot more of the business that we're doing from other platforms, quite simply because Alibaba.com doesn't have their hands in our pocket. We pay a platform fee, and they're not charging us per transaction. And we also have an opportunity to penetrate certain distributors that we wouldn't otherwise be able to reach through traditional retail sales channels. They're not listed, the bodegas in New York City, the stores in Chicago. Alibaba.com is one of the only ways that you can proactively try to get in front of those distributors that we're trying to get in front of. I think US-based sellers have a huge opportunity, specifically because there aren't that many of them. And we had a dedicated customer service success manager who was incredibly knowledgeable about the platform. And he honestly almost became a teammate. And I have no doubt that anyone else who is going through that process is going to have a similar experience. The most important piece of advice that I could give somebody would be to find something that means enough to you where you can have a singular focus on it and be very purpose-driven in what you're trying to create. When you have that, you will communicate more passionately, and you will also be more incentivized to stick with it through the hard times, and that's going to propel you to a bright future.
Okay, that actually wraps up one section, and now we're going to transition slightly to one of our new products called Alibaba.com Match, and we're going to have it introduced to us by Samara. Thank you for joining us, Samara. Hello. Hi.
Well, thank you so much, Jessica, for letting me join here, you guys, today. And well, hi,
If
everyone.
you have any questions, use the box. We will also have some more here.
Oh, yeah. Well, yeah, my name is Samara Swenson. I work for the Alibaba.com match team. And yeah, I'm going to go ahead and just share a little bit of what this does. And go. Okay, so Alibaba.com match. So what we do is we empower your business with the right match. And so what this means is that we basically partner buyers with their best fitted supplier. And so we developed this program because we realize that buyers have challenges. So we'll go ahead and we'll see what are the challenges that buyers are facing when they are sourcing through Alibaba.com. Well, the solution that we came up with, also the advantages of the program, and also, well, how we do this. And well, you're going to meet a few of our teammates. And okay, so let's just go over the challenges that buyers are facing when they're sourcing on Alibaba.com. So we have over 200,000 diverse sellers on Alibaba.com. So sometimes this can be overwhelming for some people, and well, they usually don't know like what supplier to go with. And also sometimes making sure that the quality that you are looking for can be tricky. So that is also another part that we help with. Also, sometimes the communication and language barriers can become an issue, and it can become difficult to, just let them know what product you're looking for or what are the specifications that you want in your product. And also, well, sometimes people have an issue figuring out the logistics, the shipping times, and also taxes and all this. So Alibaba.com match helps you with this. So this program is mostly for people who are buying on Alibaba.com. And yeah, so the solution that we came up with is, well, Alibaba.com match is your dedicated partner. So we are dedicated to help your business grow. And so we do this by providing you the best practices, the knowledge, and all these tools. So then you can do the sourcing on your own next time. But the first sourcing, you can do it with us. Okay, and so now let's go and see what are the advantages of Alibaba.com match. So like I said, the best part of this is that we are going to provide you with the knowledge and best practices for you to independently succeed when you're doing sourcing on your own. And another thing is that you have comprehensive support. So we have a multicultural team. We have people that speak both of the languages, either Chinese, they speak English, they speak Korean, they speak Spanish. And we also collaborate with our team from different offices. So we have over 15 offices across the globe. And so we also collaborate with them. And well, also the goal of this is to create a strategic partnership. As you know, in B2B business, it's really important to stick to your supplier and just have a good relationship with them. So that way everything keeps going, everything runs smoothly, and you don't have to be jumping from supplier to supplier. And well, we have two different packages. So we have the essential one, which consists of 3 strategic meetings. And in these strategic meetings, well, we'll get to know your business, then we'll provide you with up to 3 suppliers of your best fitted suppliers. And on the 3rd meeting, we will introduce you to your supplier, and we will be able to assist you in whatever you might need. Either this might be translation or just being there for you. And we also have another package, which is the enterprise. So this one, we are able to customize it depending on your needs. So if you have a team that needs to be trained on how to source on Alibaba.com, we are more than happy to do this. Or as well, if you don't have the manpower in your company, then we can also handle all your sourcing needs. So we know like the different businesses need different solutions. So here at Alibaba.com Match, we're really open, and we are able to just like customize the package depending on the solutions and the needs that you might have. And so, well, the way that this works, like I said, it consists of 3 meetings. So in the first meeting, we will go over your business, just learn everything about it, what products you're looking for, and just understand everything. And then in the second meeting, we will provide you with your 3 top suppliers, the ones that are the best fit for you, depending on everything that you told us in our first meeting. And then the third meeting, we will conduct it with the supplier. Okay, and so, well, yeah, so now let's go ahead and meet a few members of our team. So Liz, she has been a project manager at Alibaba.com since 2017. She's been doing sourcing and has worked in all over the platform, also in the RFQ market since 2017. And so she speaks Chinese. She has lived in China. She also speaks Korean, and she has lived in Korea, and she also speaks English, and she currently is here with us in the US. And myself, Samara, I'm a marketing specialist. I actually, before I started working here at Alibaba.com, I was an Alibaba buyer. And also I have an Amazon candle business. So I was doing this sourcing journey beforehand. And yeah, so I also speak English, and as well I speak Spanish. I lived most of my life in Mexico, but now I'm here in the US. And we also have Riley, who has been sourcing since 2015. She is a doctor in business administration. And while she has lived in China, she speaks Mandarin, and she's also here with us in the US, and she speaks English as well. And well, like I said, we have also our team that's collaborating with us in more than 15 offices across the globe. So it's us 3, and we also have our team that collaborates with us whenever people need something in a specific category that's tied to a specific country. And yeah, well, if you would like to learn more about how Alibaba.com Match can help you and your business source for the right supplier, we'll just go ahead and scan the QR code. Once you scan it, you'll see that you get 3 different options. So the first one is going to be to schedule a meeting, or first meeting to just get started to see if this is the best solution for your business. And we also have a self-paced course, which this is, I would recommend it to people who are just starting in the e-commerce setting and, well, yeah, that just want to learn more about the platform. Well, yeah, you can just go ahead and take this course. And well, yeah, that would be all on my side. But yeah, if you have any questions, just feel free to type them in the Q&A box, and I'll be happy to answer them for you. And thank you again, Jessica, so much for having me today.
Of course. Thank you, Samara, for that really wonderful presentation about Alibaba.com Match. Remember, there's also the QR code on your wallpaper, yes, if people want to talk to you. So, okay, let us continue with how people can actually get signed up for the platform in case they actually want to sell on the platform. So we're going to bring Matt back on here. Hello. So yeah, let's teach people how they can get on the platform. Matt, you are muted.
Thanks, Jessica. Sorry about that. I'm going to go over a little bit about next steps and kind of what the process looks like from here. Great. So you should see one of our successful sellers on the platform. This is Wholesale Jewelry. They had their build-up phase from the onboarding stage all the way up to growing through the Alibaba training. Like I said, there takes a lot to actually get the storefront to a point where you can get buyers who are spending the level of what they are on Alibaba to be interested in a specific business. So we have to go through building the storefront, helping you post the products, walking you through how to use the platform, what to say to buyers, and then kind of optimizing that with the ASTE throughout your time on the platform. Great. And then wholesale jewelry, they were a business that came onto Alibaba. They manufacture ring bands, necklaces, any jewelry, you name it. A lot of the stuff that they do is usually things that they're editing or making changes to, or customizing, or they're just making something brand new. They have about 3,000 products on Alibaba. And they've been very successful during their time on the platform, largely because we've helped them grow. We've helped them get set up as quickly as possible. So this is just a quick case of like, if your team's really able to do the things that Alibaba asks, you're able to kind of get things turned around quickly, then really the sky's the limit.
Hi, I'm Tony Krisafi, CEO of wholesalejewelrywebsite.com. The job as a business owner is to push the company into new markets and to move product. We have over 1 million pieces of jewelry that are ready to ship. So I had to think of a way to have a farther reach without actually going anywhere. And a way to do that is B2B. We export to 5 or 6 different countries right now. There's a lot of e-commerce retailers looking for new suppliers that are reliable. I think reliability is key, and there's not a lot of reliability in the market. And I think having a great platform with great SEO is very important to our success. They say opportunity only knocks once. So when Alibaba decided to launch in the US, I thought it was a great opportunity for wholesaleJewelrywebsite.com to be available to 40+ million buying consumers, which is just unheard of. I mean, if you just look at it in percentages wise, if you get a fraction of a percent, you're going to be doing just fine. And I think the RTS is what's made us so successful so quickly, because our products are on there with our inventory attached to it, ready to ship today. Another thing I like about Alibaba is I don't have to focus so much on SEO. They have an inboard program that does it for you, so it makes it really easy. So I don't have to worry about Google ad spend, Facebook ad spend, Instagram, Pinterest. I don't have to worry about all that. Because as long as you're a really good communicator, they're going to put you to the top of the feed because they want the best for their consumers. Why we got such a fast sale, I would attribute it to Alibaba's onboarding team. They've done a really great job building our store for us, and that's one of the reasons why we're so successful is they know what they're doing, so we trust them to do their job, and they did it really well.
You muted again.
Great. So that was a little bit more about wholesale jewelry and their journey on Alibaba. Feel free to check out some more of the success stories on our YouTube channel, alibaba.com USA. If you can go to the next slide. Great. So this just talks a little bit about our account management program on Alibaba. Just a couple quick highlights here. Things that you're going to be getting with the account management program is not only virtual training, but one-on-one weekly meetings, product optimizations, direct access to the local team where you can just call somebody, send them an email, and get a response at your fingertips. This usually puts you at a higher, more advantaged level. Our director of account management has actually sold on Alibaba before, so there's a little bit of a leg up when you're working directly with him. Whereas a lot of the other support or the other options online, you might be talking to somebody who's heard of Alibaba before, but it's a different story if you've actually sold and closed $1 million deals from the platform. Great. And then here's a little bit more about our cost structure and what we have on the platform right now. We have anything from a full hands-on account management service, more of our premium membership, all the way down to kind of a DIY, do-it-yourself, just get on the platform, basic option. Please let us know if you have any questions. We want to fit the customized package to whatever you're going through at this time. So please feel free to schedule a call with myself or send me over an email and I can get you in touch with the proper people.
Okay, so let's welcome back Samara and let's start this Q&A session. So remember, it's not too late if you want to still submit to the Q&A box. Also, if you are curious to learn more about Alibaba.com, there's another webinar coming up next week on Wednesday at 2 p.m. at the same time. This time we have like a special guest from his name's Kurt, and he's from a company called B2B Tail. And that one's going to be hosted by our director of North American Business Development. So if you want to do that, the registration link, I just sent it through the chat. So yeah, let's get to some questions, guys. So first question, can we sell a service through Alibaba.com? This is actually a kind of a new one. Does anyone want to take it?
Yeah, the answer to that is no. You can only sell products on Alibaba, not a service. The platform's meant to list product-specific listings, not service-based listings.
Okay, and I also see like another similar kind of question. It says, do you work with web-based software companies that are selling to businesses?
Yeah, so potentially through a partnership, but not as far as a direct, like listing the services on the platform.
Yeah, I feel like oftentimes if it's technologies, like I've heard of like technology parts and stuff like that, rather than like actual software. And then also there's like a question asking of how to contact Riley, which is an interesting question. I mean, do you want to say how you can contact the team at Alibaba.com match?
Yeah, sure. So I'll type in the email in the chat. So you can send out an email if you're interested in Alibaba.com match. And again, so what Alibaba.com match is that it helps buyers find their ideal suppliers. So let me just go ahead and type in the chat.
Yeah, and there's the QR code on screen on the right is for like the Alibaba.com match webpage, and I'm sure you can probably find a way to reach people through there as well if you can't go through that. But yeah, and then another part of it. Next question. Do you have drop ship services? That's a new one I just saw. I mean, which one of you guys can answer this one?
Oh, sorry. Do you have drop ship services? So through Alibaba.com match, you can find a supplier that will help you do with your drop shipping services. So let me go ahead and type in our email address, or you can go ahead and scan that QR code for the Alibaba.com match website.
Yeah, and also Karen, for a replay of this webinar, you can either visit our YouTube channel. It'll be stored on there, the Alibaba.com USA Sellers YouTube channel, or since you're signed up to this, you would most likely get an email with the replay link attached to that email. So either way, you should be able to find this webinar. And finally says, Antonio has a question that says, I am a seller of petroleum products. Is there a place for me on this platform?
Yeah, so petroleum's not a banned product on the platform by any means. We do have other suppliers in that category. So feel free to send me over an email and I can look at your situation more specifically.
Right, because I think a lot of the things is that how exactly your business sells on the platform can be a little bit specific. So oftentimes the best way to have an accurate understanding of how your business would do on the platform is to actually contact our enterprise account executives like Matt. For example, on screen are his email and his number. You can contact him and then set up a free consultation, and then he'll like walk you through it and stuff. There's also another question about whether or not selling red wine is popular on this site.
Alcohol sales are kind of hit or miss. So at this point, I think alcohol is still banned. So I would recommend circling back with us in the next 3 to 6 months.
Yeah. So anyway, are there any more last minute questions before we end the session? If not, then thank you so much for listening. Again, there's Matt's information if you want to speak to him, and also the QR code on screen if you want to talk to anyone on the Alibaba.com Match team about their service or to learn about the service in general. Oh, it says, Sandro has a question that says, for B2C sales, do you take care of calculating taxes for each sale and paying it on our behalf? We don't really do B2C often, so I don't really know how that would work.
No B2C, so I don't think that would play in.
Yeah, although this might be an interesting thing to talk about, because in terms of like fees and things, we do not take a per transaction fee like some other e-commerce B2B platforms. So basically the only fees we really take are from like the membership, annual membership plans, really, mostly. Usually if you earn any money, because you can process the transactions on platform or off of platform, and all of that is kind of up to you a little bit. Okay, so what about food service small wares items? Well, I think, I mean, our company does sell, like, our platform does have a lot of these kind of products as well, like food service products, whether that means like bowls or like cups and like thermoses and stuff. I've definitely seen that before. Again, if you want like a more specific read on how exactly this would work for you and your company, please contact Matt, and Matt will be happy to walk through it with you. Selling, I'm a wholesaler. Perfect. That's even better. Usually, like, our company does B2B, which means that we deal with a lot of wholesales and wholesaling companies, and also large quantity orders. So hopefully that helps you. Again, if you want further information, you can always contact Matt for free. Any other last minute questions before we end this? Ooh, yay. Awesome. Thank you so much. I'm glad you guys found this helpful. Again, there are more. If you go into the chat, there's also a registration link for the next week webinar if you want to keep learning with us or seeing what's going on with the B2B industry in general. Like, please just keep watching us. This is really exciting and fun for us, and we look forward to hearing from you. I'm sure Matt and Samara are both happy to hear from you too. So thank you so much.
Thank you.
All right, bye.
Thank you, everyone. Bye.